Welcome to another episode of Life Screenings. This is the Life Screenings 1 Minute Film Festival. We have an audience of two, waiting for a few more to show up. Taya, Taya, and Shayla. That kind of rhymes. Yeah. Taya. I have to write that down. We are here live at the Winter Park Public Library. And this is where we do live screenings once a month. We either do a 1 minute film festival, which is today. You'll see 17 different 1 minute films, or we do up to a 15-minute film festival. I want to bring that down to like 10 minutes because it's a lot of extra watching that way. So we are physically here in Winter Park, Florida. This festival has been going on. We were just talking about that, about 8 years. So 8 years we've been either coming live, and we started live pre-COVID, and then once COVID we were virtual, and now we're a hybrid of it. The great thing about this is we get to meet the filmmakers, and we have 2 or 3 of them on deck right now that will be coming in after their film is shown. So yeah, we'll get to meet them. We'll be able to see them up here. Yes. Everything will be right there. So with that said, let's get started and enjoy.
In a world often devoid of kindness, a single act can illuminate the darkest of days. Meet Raj, a young boy with a heart as big as his dreams. In his world, food is scarce, but compassion is not. Watch as he shares his meager meal with a little bird, teaching us that true generosity knows no bounds. A shared meal, a shared moment, a shared joy. In the small act of kindness, Raj reminds us of the power of giving, even when you have little to give.
South Dakota, especially here in Sioux Falls, we don't get a whole lot of natural snow. We're not getting feet of snow a year. So say if our average is 60 inches, that's 60 inches spread over literally the entire year. So making this snow helps us provide better coverage and more consistent coverage over the entire hill. The snow that we make does last a little bit longer. We add a product called Snowmax. It's a protein, basically. You always need an impurity for water to grab onto to make a snowflake. It won't just make a snowflake with the cleanest, nicest water. It has to grab onto something. Normally in nature, that's dust. These are more like pellets, and they last longer because water runs straight through without melting all the stuff on the way down, and then it'll find the ground and then find a drain. Natural versus man-made. After it gets groomed up by the groomer out there, there's not much difference. It's cold, wet, and dangerous. It's the most fun that you can have.
It feels good, man. It feels good, right? Right. Yo, I'm in the light at the end of the tunnel. Paper stacks, yeah, I got them in the bundles. Harry Potter breaking bread with a mug. They said I wouldn't take it, now they looking puzzled. They said I wouldn't take it, how they go on hustle. Get the bag, it ain't never get them fumbled. In the jack, but we came up from the bottom. Through the cracks of the light pour in. Have a glass of the drink pour in. Take a risk like it's a short day. Going in, yeah, going all in. Get him through out, yeah, you can bring your friend.
Chasing beauty and youth is connected with fear of death.
Fear of death.
What kind of lipstick are you going to go for?
Well, it's very pink.
Is it pinker than mine?
I think yours is more...
With every line I see on my face is a sign that I'm moving closer to death, and I know that it's coming. I love your haircut.
But nice when they blow dried it.
What kind of foundation are you using? What kind of lipstick are you going to go for?
I'm quite liking this red, actually. I'm just putting some foundation on.
And is summer the most beautiful season, or are fall and winter just as beautiful? I don't know what the spring is after I get to that winter. Death.
Stupid. This is the closest I've got to red. It's really orangey. I think it's going to look horrible. Start with some heavy eyeshadow.
Do you have your dark blue?
That somehow I'm go back into the earth and my energy comes out fresh again.
You can't destroy energy. And our consciousness continues beyond death. But I think I'll put the blush on and then put on some lipstick.
Okay, I'll do the same. What about mascara?
Oh yeah, mascara's next, yeah.
Let's come back. So those, that gives you a little flavor of the films. Are there any filmmakers here? No? No? All right, great, wonderful. So that gives you a little flavor of what we have. We're looking for films that show a world we live in, okay? So usually upbeat, positive films, films that look at life a little bit differently. That last film, I loved it because, geez, that's my life, I think. You know, at least that's the things that I think about. But we have animated films, we have documentaries, we have experimental, and that was kind of an experimental film. We have, we'll see some animated today, a narrative film, some comedies too. So I'll be bringing some of the filmmakers in when necessary. I just want to make sure, Cosme, just let me know what film you are in so that I can bring you in at the right time. And I'm doing both things at the same time. This is actually the guts of me putting on the festival. I don't have somebody doing all this on the side, and I'm just the talent. I'm the talent and I'm the technician. So sometimes it's slower or faster that I can get back and forth to it. So with that said, we have everywhere. Thank you, Cosmo. So we know what film. Then let's keep on going. We have a couple more films here. Here we go. So you get a sense of some of the animated films that are here. And I just want to stop real quickly. A question was asked earlier, where do these films come from? So Film Freeway, which is a hub basically on the internet. Filmmakers come to it, and film festival directors. I'm a director of a film festival. If you have a film, you submit it to Film Freeway, and then you say, hey, I would like to send it to live screenings. Now, there's a cost in it. I think for these films, 1-minute films, about $5, $3 to $5, depending on when you submit it. If you submit it early, it's like $3. If it's like late, it's like $5. It's not that much. Some of them are hundreds of dollars. Back when I was submitting films, what was it? Sundance Film Festival was about $125 to submit it. And that is to pay for the screeners. That's somebody to sit and watch the film and judge the film or critique the film. So Film Freeway is this hub where filmmakers come, film festivals come, and then they kind of like work together symbiotically. And it's a great little setup. It used to be without a box, no longer. It's now Film Freeway. So that's where we get the films. Occasionally, if you are a filmmaker and you submit a film to me or Film Freeway, and I love it, then you're in for life. It's like Hotel California. You can't leave. You can submit any other films that you do for free. Most of the filmmakers, they'll go ahead and send them to me anyway. Yes, so they'll send them to me personally. So we have
Some repeats, right?
yeah, there are some repeats.
Like though, I know you always ask people to submit more, you know.
I do repeat of filmmakers. We do have some repeat filmmakers. There's a woman in in England, Callie. We're going to see one of her films. Usually she shows up. And she does all experimental, she's wild. Anyway, when we get to it, I will tell you what she wants us to do. It's kind of an interactive film kind of thing. All right, let's get
Creative. Wow. Hello.
dreaming is important. A collective dream. A dream that we all hold dear is a dream of a bright future. And now, with the majority vote, I'm proud to say we can start to see that dream become a reality. 30 new high-tech wind turbines, 20 solar energy panel covered fields, and 10 electric car replacements for our employees. It will be long and it will be difficult. But the construction of these renewable power plants is the next step to achieve our goals. I am grateful to you fighting alongside.
And we have the filmmaker here. Jackson, where are you? Let's bring you in. There you are.
Oh
Hello,
yeah.
hello, Jackson. Let me get you so we can see you. Now, where are you right now, Jackson?
I'm in England, in Cornwall.
All right, all right. Tell us about your film. Where did this come? Where did you come up with it?
Well, I study in like a film school, pretty much on the tip of England, and like I've gotten to like learn this place, and like got to like know the community there, and I'm kind of just like basing it off the people I see around this like small town in this university. So,
So, are you a film student, or
yeah.
or you were a film student?
Oh no, I still am.
All right, great, great. So the idea, this concept of yesterday man, right?
Yeah.
Is based upon seeing your future. No, seeing.
Well,
Explain
the
that.
guy is he's like watching himself in the news from the day prior.
Right, right. It's almost like a time loop or a time.
Yeah.
Going back in time. We have an audience here. They may have a question, so we'll ask you. You're projected on a big screen, so that's why I'm looking up there and I'm not looking down here at you.
Right.
So, and we're in kind of a theater, a dark room. Just so you know, how long have you been making films?
Just about like 3 years now since I joined the uni.
Right. So in England, you have to join the union in order to make films.
Oh, it's a university.
Oh, in the university. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so you'll come out with a degree in filmmaking, cinematography, what?
Yeah.
So that's what you want to do. You want to make films for a living.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Is this your first one, or have you done other ones too?
I've worked on other films, but this is like the first one I've like tried myself. And it's gonna this is like 1 minute of it so far. And I'm like, we've shot some other stuff, so it's gonna be like longer than this. So it's not like the final thing.
So you're in England right now. So in the future, in a few years, maybe you want to direct a James Bond film?
Maybe, I don't know. I'll see.
Yeah. What I mean, would you? I mean, is that where your heart is to go and work in big film budgets?
I'm kind of thinking like more art house stuff, like A24, if you know that.
Oh yeah. Is that an English company?
No, it's American, but it's like it's more like independent. Film.
Right. I think everywhere, all things at all the same time was an A24 film. Didn't any of you all see that movie? Everywhere, everything, all at the same time.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yeah. Quite a film. Actually, I think it was 5 films in one. It felt like to me. I was watching quite a bit. So I mean, that's something you would like to do. Do you have a specialty, writing or cinematography, or what is your specialty?
Well, it was actually I started like editing other people's films, and then I've kind of gotten to like know some people, and like now I'm trying to direct some stuff.
So you did direct this one, Yesterday Man, correct? Yeah.
Mm.
I did like how you kind of had that voyeuristic shot from outside the window looking in.
Yeah.
I also liked it. I think you had another shot was far back of the stage.
Yeah.
Very I can't, camera movement and stuff like that.
Mm.
So where does this film go from here?
Basically, we get to see this guy who saw himself on the news basically have a feud with like another person who he like works with, and they're just like battling it out. But it's so like small scale. It's like almost absurd that he even like cares, because it's such like a small town and such like a small job as well.
Right. And so does this film go to other festivals? Are you submitting it to other festivals or
Yeah, I think once it's done, I'll like see like go back to Film Freeway and like just go through it all.
okay.
But yeah.
Well, good. Well, good. Jackson, thank you so much. Thanks for submitting the film. And like I said earlier, all films are once you get in, you can't get out. No, go ahead and send them to me, and I'll screen them. And if I want to put them on, I'll put them on. You don't have to pay for the fee. So the fee's waived from here on out. The big $4 is waived. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
All right. Wait a minute, Jackson. Are there any questions that you all have for Jackson?
Where were you born, Jackson?
London.
Really?
London City, yeah.
London.
Yeah.
Any other questions? No.
Are you familiar with the newly published the one Three Bodies problem?
I didn't catch that.
The
Three Bodies.
Three Bodies. Is it a book or is it a film?
Yeah, it's just shown yesterday.
Oh, it's
London. It's made in England.
okay. It's a film. It's called Three Bodies. It was made in England. No, not familiar with it.
It's a very big thing now.
Oh, what is it about? I mean,
I think it was originally a science fiction. Was published in China. It was a father who was telling a story to his son every night, but it became such a big thing. And then yesterday on was the first one. Oh, you should see from big papers like New York Times, Washington Post, or maybe have this. They had the Chinese part mingled with also the science fiction, for example, the Super Collider, and about the future. And the Chinese part was Cultural Revolution. Do you know that? Like
I think I think I heard a NPR story on it. They did a story on it. Well, Jackson, thank you so much. We'll see you later. All right.
Cheers.
Yep. Bye-bye. That's Jackson for you. And Yesterday Man is his film. So that's kind of how it works. Yeah. If you want to ask him questions, you're more than welcome to. Engage them. All right. Let's move on.
wonder if you could possibly pass the ratatouille. How was your day? Mum, you're going to be a grandmother. I think their team must have won. Phoebe, come back!
So that's my friend Callie Trench. She plays outside the box. What she had texted me, emailed me earlier, and she said, "Hey, if you could have the audience say the same lines that she's saying." It was a little too late. I'm so sorry. Callie, you'll be watching this later tonight. She's at a dinner party, so she was unable to make it. Callie, I will. I'm sorry that they didn't say it, but we thought about saying it. All right. Yeah. She is. She's from London, and she has probably submitted 7 of her films to me. And they're always experimental, animated. They're quite different. All right. So we have some more filmmakers on plastics and everywhere. So I'll be bringing you all in shortly. Let's move on with some films. Here we go.
What would Jamaica look like without plastic garbage on the streets?
Welcome to a plastic-free paradise.
How do you make Jamaica a plastic-free paradise?
Well, all of us are part of the solution. Government, businesses, and individuals, including children. All of we have to work together to refuse, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Businesses need to stop using so much plastic. Invest in using environmental friendly alternatives. We have to use less plastic. This means plastic bans are important, but they have to be enforced. If you broke the law, you have to pay. After all, this is our country, our environment. All of we have to care. Reuse plastics where you can. And finally, individuals need to recycle. In our way, it's possible to stop using plastics altogether, but we have to try. In the end, there will be less plastic to pollute our environment and protect our health, leading to healthier lives and a thriving ocean.
Thank you, Green Chat.
Naughty of Jamaica.
And we have the filmmaker here. Here we go. We have the filmmaker here. This was Plastics. Where are you? Let's bring you on right now. Kevin, here we go.
Hey.
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Where are you right now?
I am in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica.
Oh, nice. So this was a project you worked on, advocacy piece?
Yeah. So, I'm a big environmentalist, and I work closely with the Jamaica Environment Trust, which is the environmental advocacy body here. And we do some environmental animations from time to time. And in this particular animation, they wanted something that was, that could connect to a younger audience. And at the time, I was thinking, all right, what could connect with a younger audience? And artificial intelligence was, a big buzzword. And I thought, what if she had a phone and, she's typing in it, asking the question, what would Jamaica be like, plastic-free Jamaica? Because that's what they asked me to do, to envision a Jamaica that was plastic-free. And when I pitched the idea to them, they loved it. So, how this came about.
So how do we envision a plastic-free world?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much what we're looking at, doing right now in Jamaica. I mean, there's a lot of plastic bans that are happening, and we're looking at alternative ways of just packaging things and using alternatives, and even just encouraging businesses to also not, utilize packages in their processing. They use there's so much plastic being used. Like even just yesterday, I was throwing out some plastic because I'm like, my goodness, where's all of this going? You know, but it's like
Yeah.
everywhere you turn, everything is in plastic. Everything.
Right. And just, I think 60 years ago, there was no plastics or very
Mhm.
little plastics.
Right.
Everything was either metal or
Right.
some
Paper,
other
glass. Right?
paper. Yeah. Yeah. So this is an advocacy film.
Mhm.
And where does it go? I mean, you are showing it in Jamaica now at
Yeah. Yeah.
schools, and where else does it go?
The Environment Trust, they show it. They show it. I think they show it on their platform, as well as just going around to schools, as well as symposiums that they have. They show it in many different spaces. Um, I one of the things that I try to do is to give it as much publicity as well whenever I know they're showing it. But I saw this festival as an opportunity to kind of show it to the world, see if it could
Right.
spread even further.
And it's a 1 minute short little
Right.
piece.
Yeah.
So I mean, and those we get those quite a bit. Usually, I have one or two per festival where there'll be a country promoting their country, and they do it in 1 minute. I think Norway was one of them that after I saw it, I wanted to go there. So, outside of Jamaica, where does this film go?
Well, I know for sure it's going to be on YouTube and other social media platforms, Instagram, that sort of thing. I'm not sure where else is going to be taken. There are some other festivals that I've submitted to, so hopefully they select me as well. Thank you guys for selecting me.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
So can I talk about the animation for just a minute? This
Oh yeah,
is
sure.
2D animation, correct?
Yes,
2D?
yes, yes. 2D animation.
And this was all done computerized, right?
Yes, yes.
So I mean, I know it's a lot easier to do 2D than 3D. It takes so much time with
Yeah,
3D.
yeah.
So are you thinking about other animated pieces being 3D or not? And by the way, 3D is all the stuff you see on Pixar. Toy Story. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, in the future, yes. Where environmental advocacy is concerned, I did do one that was 3D for Jamaica Environment Trust, and they loved it. The only problem was that because it was 3D, it took a longer time.
Yeah.
They were like, boy, the length of time was a bit too much for them. So we kind of went back to doing 2D. But I definitely have plans for personal projects to be done in 3D in the future.
Well, good. Kevin, we enjoyed it. Let's see if there's any questions. Any questions from the Peanut Gallery? Yes.
Have you done any animations outside of environmental advocacy?
Outside of where?
Outside of your advocacy, Jamaican advocacy.
Yes, I have. So I have if you check my YouTube channel, Nivek Pro Animation, NIVEK Pro Animation. I can type it in. But I have a few short films about surrounding Jamaican culture and a few other little skits here and there. But I'm working on a short film right now that is based in World War II about two fighter pilots in the Royal Air Force, which is a British, what do you call them? What's the word? Flight pilots, and it's a little story between the two of them where basically there was a little bit of animosity between the two of them, and they have to kind of go through a situation to make up in the end. So I'm working on that. Hopefully I'll be finished with that this year for release. Yeah.
Good. Any other questions? No. All right. Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Keep submitting your films and keep creating. We loved them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye-bye. There's Kevin Jackson out of Kingston, Jamaica. We still have another filmmaker to come on, so let's get with the films. Here we go. And
En cuanto al estado de la mar para este domingo 2 de agosto, las altas presiones entre Azores y Galicia de hasta 1025 milibares traerán un tiempo general bonancible en la costa cantábrica. No obstante, soplará viento del nordeste por la mañana y por la tarde de fuerza 1 a 2, virando a viento variable por la noche de fuerza 2 a 3. Estas condiciones dejarán un estado de la mar de marejadilla para la mañana y para la tarde, mientras que se prevé un empeoramiento a mar rizada para la noche. Se espera asimismo que la visibilidad sea regular por la mañana y vaya mejorando a lo largo de la tarde. La temperatura del agua se situará en los 22 grados centígrados y el índice ultravioleta alcanzará el nivel 8, por lo que se recomienda extremar la precaución a la hora de exponerse al sol.
And the filmmakers here, Cosme del Lomo. Let's bring you in. Here we go. Add to stage.
It was a good try. I will try to speak English as well as you tried my Spanish surname because it's not my
there you are.
tongue. So apologies if I commit any crime against English language.
Oh
Hopefully.
no. You can leave that to us to do that. Welcome. Where are you right now?
Thank you very much. I'm in my hometown, which is Santander, in the northern coast of Spain. So a very small town close to the sea.
The mother country, right?
Exactly. Even if I'm not based here in Spain, unfortunately, I left 11 years ago, and I'm based in Brussels, Belgium.
So. Oh, I see. So this film, who is the woman? Is that some relative of yours?
That's very funny because she's my mom.
She's your mom.
Because it was supposed to be a very low budget movie, and it had to be shot in only 48 hours. So this movie was made after a notice of a contest arrived to me about writing a story about the sea in 48 hours, writing and shooting it. So you will see that the story is about the sea, but it doesn't show the sea in any moment. So that was the purpose, right? There is a short personal story behind. I don't know if you are tight of time or not, but the fact is that I was born here in my hometown, very close to the sea all the time. The sea has been present in all my life, in all my childhood while I was growing up, and then I moved, and then I lived in 6 different cities, all of them without the sea. So I miss the sea. And I used to see the sea in the ocean, in the branches of the trees moving, and I hear the sound the branches do, and for me it reminded me the sound of the ocean that I had when I was a child. So that was the idea I tried to make to
emulate it.
Bring to reality.
This was a 48-hour film festival.
Yeah, indeed.
And explain that to us, what that is.
So basically, I'm not a filmmaker. That's another funny story. I am an outsider here. Unlike Jackson, who studied in a cinema school or uni and everything, I'm actually a lawyer, which might sound quite far from creativity, but it should not be. And actually, I like cinema much more than I like law in general, and my job. So basically, a friend of mine sent me this contest on an Instagram page. I don't have an Instagram, so she sent me, there is this contest. You need to write a story about the sea and film a story about the sea in 48 hours. And I was not close to the sea, and I thought, okay, then let's take this need and make it an opportunity. Let's actually tell a story about how the sea goes with you everywhere if you actually carry the sea with you. So the spirit of the sea is there, and you can see it everywhere. Actually, in all the movie, you see motifs. If you are actually a bit aware, there is something blue in every shot. You have the water and the salt while the lady is cooking. You have the ironing the sheets, and they look like a boat, like a ship. So the idea is to actually show that the sea is everywhere.
Right, right. Oh, wow. There are those of us who think that we came from the sea, so we always find our way back to the sea. Um, and if you believe in evolution, then yeah, I mean, we have this compulsion to go to the sea, either to watch the waves, listen to the waves, look out into the ocean, feel the breeze. For some of us, that is home. However, yes, you did say a low budget. It does not look low budget at all, Cosme. It looks.
This is my camera. This is
Oh,
what
it
I
is?
filmed with. The actress you already know that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was my mom, and so yeah, basically yeah, zero. Low budget was
yeah.
zero indeed.
Well, yeah. You did have to use some water, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely true,
Pay for the
and
water.
that might become expensive in the future.
Yeah. Um, so it didn't look low budget. It looked really good. The other thing is you're a lawyer. What do you practice? Or do you call it
I actually
practicing?
work for the European Commission. So basically, you know, the flag with blue and golden stars. This supranational organization that comprises 27 countries, and I work in particular. I was an environmental lawyer, so also related to what Kevin said.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm working since a couple of years ago in banking regulation. So I'm basically the bad cop for the banks to actually be sure that they
Oh,
comply with the requirements, etc.
you're sure you wouldn't be telling me that right now? Because my name is Banks. Yeah.
No problem.
Uh,
Qué
um,
bárbara.
do you have a question?
¿Cuántos años tiene su mamá?
She looks much older than she is in reality. We portrayed her to be like all in black and everything to look. She's actually 30 older than me, so I need to make the numbers. She's 63 right now.
63 años.
63, exacto.
Le parece como abuela.
Yeah, that was the point. But she was very offended that I was showing this movie around with her with that look.
Ella es muy brava.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Brava, muy brava.
Brava, thank you very much. I will tell her.
Bravo. I met a woman recently, and I asked her age, and she told me, I always tell people I'm 10 years older than what I am, so that they say to me, hey, you look so good. So all of you out there can take that and use it if you want. Cosme, let's see if there's any questions. Any questions from anybody? No? No?
¿Qué ciudad nació?
So I'm from. Thank you for your trying Spanish. It's very good, by the way. I'm from Santander. It's a city, small town, 185,000 people more or less living here, and yeah, it has a bay on the south side and the ocean in the north side. So we call it here the bride of the sea, because it's very much, you know, sea has had a very prominent role in people's lives and people's spirits. So Santander is the name.
El mar es como terapia.
Absolutely. For me, it is.
Natural.
For me, it is, yeah.
De veras, mucho gusto.
Gracias.
So, Cosme, you work for the European Union, is that correct?
Correct.
As a
yeah.
lawyer.
Yep.
Are they looking for a filmmaker? Because maybe.
I wish I could become a filmmaker. I love cinema, even if I don't have that as a living. It was actually my first movie, this one, micro movie.
Yeah.
I love cinema, and I would love to see myself in 10 years. Look, for me, the fact that people in Winter Park, Florida, that I probably will never meet in my life, hopefully yes, but probably not, are looking to this and are connecting. We are connecting to a certain extent. Indeed, also in a public library, which is a perfect forum for exchanging ideas, cultural discussion, everything. For me, that's already the magic of cinema. So if I could make that for a living, I would very happily give up my current salary, my current conditions, and just go around the world meeting people like you, Banks, like people in the room, like Kevin, like Jackson.
Well, you bring up a good point, and that is that the reason why live screenings continues is because we get to meet people like you. I get to meet people like you. So yeah, always to find out where the origins of the story comes from. And yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great to hear. And mucho gusto, by the way.
Mucho gusto. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll see you, Cosme. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Yeah, a little slice of. I was going to ask him what time it was there. It's probably really late.
It's pretty much 4 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's Cosme. I think we have one more film, and then we'll go from there. Let's make sure that there aren't any other filmmakers waiting for me. No, oh, it's 22, so it's 11 o'clock. No, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. All right, let's go with. I think this is the last film. I always try to leave the first film and the last film something different, something uplifting. I do not leave it with anything negative. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. Here we go. I don't know about you all, but I got into like a Zen moment there, and it was great how it was kind of like a small little glimpse. It forced you to look into it. We have Zeke on here, and earlier I showed you a film, and Zeke, he's also a regular. He submits lots of films to me. And he does micro. In fact, I'll have him talk about it. But first of all, before he does that, I'm going to go back and find his film. Zeke, I think it's the Snowplow. Oh no, it's the snow film. It's the one with snow. That was the only one that I could download for the time being. So I'm going to go back and get it real quickly. And while I'm doing that, ask Zeke a question so that he's ready for it. If anybody remembers, it's the snow one. So I think it is right about. Yes, this is the one. Yes, this is the one. So here we go.
South Dakota, especially here in Sioux Falls, we don't get a whole lot of natural snow. We're not getting feet of snow a year. So say if our average is 60 inches, that's 60 inches spread over literally the entire year. So making this snow helps us provide better coverage and more consistent coverage over the entire hill. The snow that we make does last a little bit longer. We add a product called Snowmax. It's a protein, basically. You always need an impurity for water to grab onto to make a snowflake. It won't just make a snowflake with the cleanest, nicest water. It has to grab onto something. Normally in nature, that's dust. These are more like pellets, and they last longer because water runs straight through without melting all the stuff on the way down, and then it'll find the ground and then find a drain. Natural versus man-made. After it gets groomed up by the groomer out there, there's not much difference. It's cold, wet, and dangerous. It's the most fun that you can have.
And we have the filmmaker. I'll bring him right in here right now. Hey, Zeke.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Sure. You are part of
Microfilm series. Yeah.
Microfilm series. So we have seen lots of Zeke's films, maybe 4 or 5 of them. They're little short 1-minuters. He's normally a filmmaker that travels around.
Full time. Yeah, I do features full time. But the little microfilms are just a way that the other directors and I can just be curious about something without having to feel like we have to dedicate the next several months of our lives to it. So.
Yes, curious. You said the right word. Curious. So you're curious about snow or how?
Yeah, I mean it's ironic because we've had a really mild winter here. Like it's been 70 degrees, but right now outside it's a snowstorm coming in. So it's just kind of how it is.
So where are you right now again?
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Oh, South Dakota. Okay. And you go from, I think the last time you were on, it was the smallest town in the world, in America?
Yep, in America, it's population 1. It's in Nebraska, down by Niobrara. Yeah, so it's about 3 hours from here.
So when you're curious, so you find out, you ask these questions, smallest city in the world. There's one lady that lives there, right?
Yep. Yeah, she's 89 now, maybe 90, and she runs a little hot plate diner. Her whole family has passed away, and that's home for her. And it used to be several hundred people back in the 80s, but now people have moved, and economies change. She's the last one there, and doesn't want to leave. So it's an incorporated town. It's the only incorporated population 1 town in the country.
Right. And other ones. You sent me 2. I can only.
Oh yeah, no. Street sweeping was the other one, and I'll go through and once the internet works better, I'll make sure you can download that one. But it's just fun.
Yeah, I think I have it. I just did not, for some reason, I didn't get to it. Many things.
Yeah.
It was the last minute. I think you had texted or you had emailed.
Yeah,
me like,
yesterday
hey,
I was like, I noticed the deadline was yesterday, and we just released the snowmaking one yesterday. So I was like, let's give it a shot.
Right,
So.
right. Do you all have any questions for Zeke? This is an oddity because he is a filmmaker by trade, and then on the side he does these little short films and sends them out to the world to share.
Ask him if he took the pictures himself with the circles, or did he just locate pictures and then brought them?
No, he didn't do the circle one. He did the snow blowing.
The snow blow. Oh, but now he's here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I had to go back. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought they.
No, he didn't do the circle one. So Zeke, let me ask you this: they put a protein in the water in order to make it. Oh, because water needs to, in order for it to freeze, it needs to be on something.
Yeah, it's a binding agent. So it's a protein that the water molecules can build from, so it doesn't just dissipate immediately. And so even though it's been uncommonly warm here this year, they had snow on the slope. This man-made snow. You could ski there and snowboard and sled all winter long. It's been a shorter winter, but you've been able, it's been brown grass except for the ski hill where they've done the man-made snow.
Right. Is it all you can eat snow and it's protein?
Yeah. It's just it's a whey shake alternative once you get up there.
Yeah. So you sent it to me. Is it going out to other people too?
Yep. We'll release it on our microfilms channel right now. I think it just went up, and then it'll go to a couple other fests. But yours is always the first one that we look at because we love the 1-minute festivals. It's just kind of like a fun thing. Even if we don't have anything submitted, we make sure to watch.
All right. Hey, well, thank you so much, Zeke. No questions? Oh, wait.
How do you make a living as a filmmaker in North Dakota?
In South Dakota, how do you make a living?
Yeah.
I have all the gear. I rent gear to other people, but I pick up and go wherever the work takes me. So I've been doing this full time for 14 years. I shoot a lot of TV, I shoot a lot of documentary, and I produce a lot of narrative independent film. But it's wherever the work is. I get on a plane and I go.
Nice. So you might go to Austin, Texas, or you might go to San Francisco.
There are a lot of films that we do here in South Dakota as well. It's kind of it's a small market for film, but it's an untapped market because of that. But yeah, a lot of the bigger projects are somewhere else that I'll go work on.
Well, Zeke, I tell you what I like a lot about you is your curiosity. You always bring new flavor and texture to my film festival. So thank you so much, and I'll be looking forward to the next one. And I will download that the street sweeper and probably show it.
Zeke.
Yeah.
Is the water clean enough that you can actually make a snow cone out of it, eat it?
That's a good question. Yeah, I think that, we were around it, we were buried in it, and I kind of picked things up around it, but I wouldn't eat a lot of it, I guess, because it is a chemical base. But it would be, I mean, it's protein based, but it's sprayed out of, it's a mixture. So I guess I wouldn't, it's not going to hurt you, but I wouldn't use it as a Shake Shack or anything.
I did it once with the fresh powdered snow that was in the West, and you take the snow and you actually pour maple syrup on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Fresh powder, fresh snow. Right?
Yeah. Well, good. All right. We'll see you later,
Yeah,
Zeke.
thank you so much. I look forward to submitting again, and I'm always a fan. So thanks.
All right.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, that's our film festival. You get a chance to meet the filmmakers, which I think that's what makes this film festival different. We can't bring them here. You can meet them. You can ask them questions. I've forged. We've had local people. I've forged some relationships with Zeke. I know Zeke. His film. Callie submits a lot. Some local filmmakers, Ryan Reese, he's a local filmmaker, and I showed one of his films last time. So here at the library next month, we'll have the Life Screenings International Short Film Festival, and that'll be up to 15 minutes. Usually I show about 6 or 7 of them. I'll try to get at least 1 or 2 of the filmmakers in to show, and it's right here. It's the 3rd. I think this is the 3rd Saturday of the month. Yeah, let me just double check to make sure. It is April the nope, not the 20th. It's the April the 27th. Maybe it's the 4th. Yeah, April the 27th. So yeah, by all means. Same time, 4:15. 4:15. Yeah, and it's right here. So let me go out on this, and then if we want to talk some more, we can. And let's give you one that you haven't seen.